Hey guys, welcome to another episode of A Drummer's Guide to. So this week I'm talking about productivity, and the number one thing that I reckon that I learnt last year from trying to be as productive as I can without burning myself out, basically. And I think it's quite an appropriate episode at the beginning of a new year. I know that we're probably in February now when this is coming out, but I think anything to do with goals and a fresh start and all of that is really, really good. And this is the way that has helped me most in achieving my goals consistently, basically, like I say, without burnout, which is an absolute nightmare. But enjoy the episode and I'll see you on the other side.
Today I want to talk about something that I use literally day to day, and I find it really, really useful. I did actually mention it in an Instagram post that I did a couple of weeks ago, so I thought I'd just expand on it. And it's something called the Pomodoro Technique. It's something to help with productivity, I guess. And yeah, I just thought I'd share that this is what I do every day so that I don't absolutely wear myself out, because I used to. So I'll give you a brief description of what it is. My description, because I'm sure it's not very accurate to what it actually is, but it's essentially a way of working where you might work for 25 minutes. So you set a timer, work for 25 minutes, and then you will have a break when your alarm goes off for 5 minutes to go do something completely different. And then you come back to work for another 25 minutes, and then you do another 5-minute break, and you sort of cycle this throughout your working day, basically. And it sort of clears your head, it keeps you fresh, and yeah, I think it's like super, super helpful. And as I say, I use it every day. I don't do the 25-minute, 5-minute thing. This is very specific. I do 52 minutes of work and 17 minutes of something different. And that something different can be going for a walk, or I do exercise, or just, even, I don't know, surfing on social media. It's a way to basically concentrate and know that, okay, I'm going to have a break in 25, 30, 52 minutes. So you can kind of just like have complete attention, tunnel vision on what you're doing, without getting worn out. Because honestly, like, I used to work myself into the ground. I would be working for like 8 hours straight, maybe a couple of toilet breaks here and there. But yeah, it would just be, and I'd end up at the end of a day and just be like, I'm just exhausted. How am I going to do that again tomorrow? Especially when doing things like learning songs, coming up for rehearsals for a tour, when you want to go into rehearsals fresh. You don't want to go in and be like, guys, I'm exhausted, and then you spend a week in a room with no windows. It's just not a good way to start. But when I started doing this, I definitely noticed a difference, and by the end of the day I'd be like, yeah, I'm a bit tired, but do you know what, I feel good. And usually there'd be a lull in the middle of the day, and that kind of disappeared. And as I say, what I do now, I do my 52 minutes of like absolute, in fact, I'm in a 52-minute thing now, and hopefully I won't talk long enough that you'll suddenly hear my random alarm going off that is essentially a cowboy going, yee-haw, which means that I get a break. And what I do in my break is I do exercise, and I don't listen to anything or anything like that when I do my exercise. But what it means is I'm completely changing my physicality, because usually obviously I'm just sitting there, I might be charting, I might be playing, I might be on the computer, I might be recording, whatever, and to go from that to something that is extremely dynamic sort of like changes my whole state of mind anyway, which is great, and it actually loosens me up to think about the stuff that I've been working on, or what I am working on and what I'm about to work on, to maybe come up with more creative solutions if I've got a problem, or just to think about what I'm about to do, and just sort of like, yeah, just get a fresh head back on it. And then you come back and I am quite excited usually to come back and be like, cool, yeah, even if by the end of that 52 minutes I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this anymore, it's so dull or not inspiring, or I'm tired, and then I come back and I'm like, oh no, actually it's fine. So yeah, I'd suggest maybe using it. Oh, the reason that it's called a Pomodoro Technique as well, I may as well mention this, is you remember those old school timers? My granny had one, the kind of the ones that twist like that look like a tomato. That's the reason they call it the Pomodoro Technique, apparently. So yeah, anyway, I highly suggest that you try it out. If you are going to try it out, start off with small increments, because don't go for the 52-17. It's quite intense to do it straight away. And by the way, the reason I did that, I don't know if I said, Apparently it is the optimum amount of work time versus rest time or whatever other time, apparently. And weirdly, I've just read 2 books that cited exactly the same information, but I found it out maybe 2 months ago. So yeah, really interesting. Well, I find it interesting. You probably find this absolutely dull as dishwater, but I really find it interesting. So yeah, give it a go. Like I say, don't cane it at the beginning. Maybe try the 25 minutes, 5 minutes rest, or run, or meditate, or I don't know, whatever you want. Yeah, and let me know how you get on. I'd be really intrigued to see if people benefit from it in the same way that I do.
Hope you enjoyed that episode, and I hope that it has given you some fuel towards your goals. And like I say, don't overdo it at first. I know that is rich coming from me for anyone that actually knows me in real life. If my husband were here, he would be laughing at me trying to tell other people not to overdo it. But there we go. So anyway, I hope you're having a lovely day. I just wanted to tell you also about a new group that I've set up on Facebook. It's called Find Your Rhythm, and it is basically a community of musicians, mainly drummers, who are supporting each other in their journey in their career. It's not about, who can do the fastest paradiddles or anything like that. It's more about the personal experience, journeys, the things that I talk about on these episodes, basically, and just it's a support network for everyone. So invite your musician friends, invite your drummer friends. Yes, drummers are musicians as well, Emily. Yes, I know that, but there we go. And yeah, I hope that you're having the loveliest week wherever you are. If you have any subjects you'd like me to cover, then please feel free to get in touch. You can email me at info@adrummersguide2.com. Equally, hey, go join that group and you can post something up there. I will endeavour to get back to every comment that goes up, every post that goes up, and yeah, let's just start a discussion. Let's have a chat. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will see you next week for another episode. All right, see you guys later. Bye.